Welcome into another Empower America show. Michael Wall, Keith, Kevin, Hodge, a.k.a. the Hodge people.
Hodge people.
The Hodge people, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, we're talking to this show about will illegal immigration affect American jobs? Man, this is so important, guys, because there's a lot of people out there worried about what's happening on the southern border. I've had some friends that have been at the southern border, and they've been watching people come in. It's crazy what's going on. This is real stuff. So it is happening if you didn't know it. It's not just the media talking about it. It's really happening. But the question is, how will this come through and affect American jobs? I mean, I think when I think about this, I think about the reality of, there's a lot of skilled or even labor positions in this country, which quite honestly, a lot of people start out that way. Mm-hmm. Maybe they still finish that way. There's nothing wrong with that per se, but at the end of the day, a lot of those jobs, they're taking up some of those jobs, number one. And you brought up a great point, Kevin, talking about the idea of money's made. This might even be the bigger situation, quite honestly. Money's made, not going back into the economy.
Yeah,
talk about
goes
that.
To the countries they're fleeing. It helps their economies. It doesn't necessarily help our economies. And a lot of these people, and I speak from personal experience, they were here in this country illegally.
He's an illegal immigrant.
Yeah. He knows a bunch of them, trust me.
Yeah.
His wife's from Mexico City.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, she's legal now. Yeah. She's legal.
Now, did she have to climb the wall or did she walk through?
She
it the Rio
She
Grande?
didn't go into details, but she had to do some work.
Yeah. The water was cold in the Grand. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And you had an experience like this too, where they would come inside, they would get a job, right, and they would claim married in 8 or single in 8, and no tax would be taken out. Yeah. The IRS would catch up to them about 3-4 years down the road, and then they would pack all their stuff, change their name, and start the whole process over.
Wow.
Our store manager told me about that. Her boyfriend was doing it.
Yeah, and my wife, she's legal now.
Yeah.
Fixed her up.
Fixed her papers. That's what they call it.
Yeah.
But I got her, this is years ago, probably about 10 years ago, maybe longer, maybe 12, 13, maybe 15 years ago. But anyway, her cousin, I got him a job at Ross Dress for Less.
Oh, yeah.
Right. He was working in a warehouse.
I like dressing for less, by the way.
Yeah.
That's very important.
Ross Dress for Less.
I don't want to dress for more. I talked to Ross about that. I said, listen, help me dress for less, baby. He's like, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start a store.
That's the reason why they're so successful is that name.
Yeah.
Ross Dress for Less.
How about like Ross Dress for More? No, let's not use that one. Yeah.
But I got him a job in a warehouse, and everything was going fine. I seen this W-2. I was like, married at 9?
Yeah.
This dude has no kids.
Wow.
He doesn't even have a girlfriend, but he's got married at 9 on his W-2.
Wow.
I was like, why is he doing that? He's going to get in trouble. Well, he's using a bogus name anyway.
Wow.
Fake
I said, so he's not. I was like, you illegal immigrants.
Yeah, and so listen, it's people are using the system.
Yeah, people got the wrong impression. They think a lot of them are paying into the system. A lot of them are not.
No. So listen, if you think about this, if we have, I don't know what the number is, guys, but if you got 1 million, 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, whatever the number is, illegal immigrants in America.
Yeah. Some say it's around 10 to 12 million.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, let's say it's 10. Pick a number, but let's say it's 10 million people. And let's say each of them, make $10 an hour under the table,
right,
or whatever it is, and now they're making money, and they're buying stuff as they're here,
right?
But they're living in groups, and they're not, they're sending money back to their own economy.
Yeah,
and so that's a big thing. That's like somebody coming to your house and basically saying, "Hey, while I'm here, can you give me some money for hanging out on your couch? And then I'm going to take it and go put it in my house."
Yeah, right.
That's technically what's happening here.
Yeah.
So it's definitely going to affect the U.S. economy. It is affecting the U.S. economy. As far as the job market goes, I think that's important. And that's why as you're watching this, I think you have to be in a place as an American citizen and living in this country where you got to be thinking about what are you doing to add more value so that way you're more marketable, you're more hireable, And don't take that kind of the Ned negative approach. I remember when I was on the book field, I'd wake up in the morning, they'd say you always had Ned negative on your shoulder.
Yeah.
You know, today's gonna be a tough day. I'll be like, man,
Right.
I gotta swipe that boy off the shoulder
Right.
real fast.
Right. You got negative Michael, then you got positive Michael.
Exactly. Get the positive Michael in, the negative Michael out, and I think that's what people have to do.
Yeah, and what's bizarre, we don't even know how many illegals are in this
Can
country.
you spell bizarre? That's my question.
Bizzae.
That's called bizarre.
You know how to spell, but he was in a spelling bee.
That is like bizarre, man.
I was joking.
Can you say it in a sentence? One time I was bizarre. Yeah, I mean it's true. You were saying it is bizarre.
They don't even know.
Yeah.
And what impact that has on
Who doesn't know?
hospital, like the government. I think
Yeah.
they may know. They're not letting us know how many illegals are in this country. But
I think they have. I mean, who knows? I don't think they care.
I had a friend, he's illegal, right? He's not my friend anymore.
Yeah.
Right? But back in the day, man, he would go run up all these doctor bills and he would never pay him.
Wow.
He would just give him a fake name.
That's kind of
We
like
used to be working asset protection, loss prevention, arresting people for shoplifting.
Yeah.
They would just change their name. A couple of weeks later, I see the person at a different store.
So the question is that any different than Dine and Dash? I mean, I don't think it's different.
it's the same thing.
It's the same.
It's the same thing.
And I always hear this argument. Oh, they're better than Americans. They don't commit crimes.
I'm
Yeah,
saying from
that's
the
not
moment
true.
you walk into this country, you are a criminal.
Yeah.
You're here illegally.
Right.
But there are some jobs that they'll do.
Exactly. You committed a crime coming here.
Right. Yeah.
But they don't commit any other crimes.
I like that one argument they make. Nobody's illegal.
Yeah.
We all live on the same planet. I'm not saying they're from Mars.
Yeah.
They're illegal to be here. I'm saying their conduct is illegal.
Hey, listen, I just talked to a guy the other day. He does a lot of video work and things, and he was talking about, he's from France. And he was talking about how he's been living in America for like 20 years. He finally is now an official U.S. citizen. So he took time and went through the process. I think that's the big thing. It's kind of like, you know, you can't have both sides of the aisle. You got people over here working hard. He's married. He's got kids, doing a great job, all in America. Like, he wants to be an American.
Yeah.
Right.
He wants to be part of this country, right? And so he's in a situation where for him, he said, I got to be more marketable, which is what we're telling you about, is how you fight this, right? You're not fighting people physically or whatever, but you're saying, I have to get greater skills if I'm going to be more marketable, more hireable. That's what he did, and he grew, and now he's in a place. So he looks at that, you know, he's like, gosh, I did it the right way. And you got all these people coming in the wrong way,
Right.
claiming 9 or changing names and doing all this stuff. And at some point in time, you have to have some type of guidance and system. Just like with a job, you know, you hire people with a job. If you're an employer, you got to have some parameters around it.
Right.
You got to.
And you got to be able to say, you know what, if you're not putting the weight in, or you're not doing what we're requiring as a company, then this probably isn't the right fit for you. It doesn't matter if the employee thinks it's right or not. Right. You're the employer. You're responsible for the business. That's important. And so, you know, I think for people, what are some ways that they can be more marketable and kind of do some new skill sets? What are your thoughts on that?
The easy thing to do is learn how to write a resume. Yeah, a lot of people, you read their resume and say, man, you're not a janitor. You are cleaning engineer. Yeah, you're a custodial expert.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was looking at this dude, he was doing up a resume. He used to work at Subway. His job title was sandwich artist.
Yeah.
So you got to spruce up your email. You got to be optimistic. You got to have high energy during your interview. It goes a long way.
So here's one for you. I had a guy I was talking to one time, young kid, 22 years old. He said for the past 3 years, his job was to supervise 650 people. That's what he said. And so they asked him, he said, well, what did that supervision look like? He said, well, I mowed the lawn at a cemetery.
That's the way. You got to be able to, you know, put your details on paper effectively.
Yeah.
Another way you can, keep yourself from being.
But that's just fraud, right? That's what you call embellishing.
That's what we call bizarre. Or bizarre, however you say it. Yeah.
Yeah, but the way you can isolate yourself, what's the word I'm looking for?
Isolation?
What's the word?
Make yourself stand out?
Yeah, I mean, like
Unique.
illegal immigrants, they don't speak the language. They're doing labor jobs. So if you don't want them taking your jobs, get some skills when you're not doing manual labor.
Yeah, or start a company where you hire them.
Yeah, there you go. And you take on and say it like a true white man.
Oh my God, that's good.
Dude, there's a lot of they passed a law here in Florida. He's over there crying. See, you made the white man cry. Like here in Florida, DeSantis passed a law making it tough for illegals to work in the state. And I see all these TikToks saying that, no houses are being built on here. It's hurting the economy in Florida. And I haven't seen that once I've been out here.
No, listen. I think first off, the people on TikTok,
Fake news.
Fake news, a lot of it, yeah. And I think at the end of the day, I mean, we look at the economy in Florida. I mean, first off, a lot of the real estate down here, man, it's cash.
Oh yeah,
it's cash deals. So even the interest rates hikes and stuff like that for these homes that are 10, 20, 30 plus million.
Right.
I mean, these people are paying cash.
Right.
So
ain't nobody financing
that.
that.
Yeah, they don't care if the interest rate's 10% or 20% or 30%. It doesn't matter. They're paying cash.
Right.
So I think that's the other thing that when you think about illegals and the economy and your job. I heard it said by a guy one time who's from Wisconsin. He's a real estate agent, right? He's selling real estate. And he moved from Wisconsin down to Florida to sell real estate. I said, why did you move to Florida to sell real estate? He's like, Mike, he's like, whether you do real estate, you're selling real estate for homes that are, $250,000 or you're selling homes that are 20 million. The work that you put in is kind of the same. But which home you want to sell? You want to sell a $20 million house, or you want to sell the percentage is the same, but the commission is different. And so I think when you're looking at being marketable in this new economy, it's really a new economy in a lot of ways. You got to be, because it's not just illegals, by the way. It's talking about AI and all of these other things,
right?
And maybe that's another show that we do talking about AI taking your jobs and what do you do about that. But I think you have to be in a place where you're thinking about how can I be more marketable. No longer are the days of just going and working for a job for 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 years, finding another job and then retiring. I mean, you have to think outside the box if you want to get above the fray.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people complaining about, well, the market's bad, economy's bad, this is bad. And I think this is where you have to get a little entrepreneurial.
Yeah, go.
I mean, I don't care.
Get out your comfort zone.
Yeah, I don't care if you wash windows. I don't care if you cut grass. I don't care if you figure something out. Pulling leaves out of the gutter for Aunt Mabel or whatever it is and start a job, create a little business card. Like, get creative. I was thinking the other day, I was in Pennsylvania and we were doing an interview. I was up there at Penn State and we were doing an interview with Steve, which is CEO Steve Sheets of the Sheets, SHEETZ. Like $11-12 billion private company, almost 800 gas stations in the country. He started working when he was 12 years old. A true story. And he just worked and worked and worked and worked and worked and worked. And I took a little video of where we started the other companies that I have, Wall Private Wealth, US Private Wealth. Man, I'm looking at the apartment. It was $400 a month. $400 a month. My wife and I shared a purple Ford Escort, down the road from a bar. It was not the high rent district.
Right.
I mean, we had people drunks on the step, and all kinds of stuff. But my wife worked at Outback Steakhouse, making $18,000 a year. Big money.
Big money.
Big
tips.
I'm talking about almost $1,400 a month.
Oh, man.
I mean, it's serious.
Yeah. Living life big.
But that's how we started.
Yeah.
And so, but
been there, done that. Yeah.
You grow from there and grow from there. And I thought about how can we get better and how can we improve? And I think this is a great wake-up call when you talk about the job market. You got to think about being more marketable in general.
Yeah, we have a lot in common because I remember when me and Keith, when we worked at Ross Dress for Less, I called him. I said, "Man, I just got my raise.
Yeah,
$8.50, baby. Just made 50 cents."
Come on.
And I remember we was living in the same apartment complex. We had our own apartment together, and outside of my apartment, my bedroom, every night at at 10 o'clock, this dude would pull up right behind the house and he would pull out his little drug paraphernalia and his needles would start shooting up.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Remember that Keith in Archstone?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we
came a long way.
Long way. Same here. And so I look back at that. I took a video of that because I'm like, I want to remember that. You don't want to forget those roots.
Yeah.
Right.
So as you're watching this, it doesn't matter where you are, whether you're living in a palace or whether you're living in Uncle Bobby's pit. Like we talked about the other. I mean, seriously. There's ways to get out of it.
So many ways to make money. Speaking of illegal immigration, I know this one guy. He got great. He did it the right way, right? He started a business just renting jumpers during the week, birthday parties.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, like bounce house stuff?
Yeah, just bounce house doing that. That dude was making 6 figures after 6 months just renting them out.
Wow.
Yeah, and and a lot of them come here. The illegals, they have these like little food stands. I admire that. You come here, you're not trying to take a job away from a citizen, and you create your own. I love that.
Yeah, that's fun.
I love that. Yeah,
you know, it's about the idea of pouring in, not taking out.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, that's really the key. So listen, as you're watching this, empower yourself. That's the goal here. Whether you're looking for a job, whether you're looking to start a company, whether you're, trying to navigate investments or life, like it's all about empowerment. You should be in a place, in my opinion, you guys can weigh in on this and then we'll land the plane. But I think people got to be in a place in life where they're saying, hey, here's what I know. I'm not going to know everything about everything, but I want to be in a place where I can be diverse. I can, in my mindset and my knowledge of things, and in particular, hone in on things that are going to be things that you're going to need knowledge in your entire life. Like learning how to change a toilet. I mean, it's going to be helpful,
right?
But it ain't the most important thing in the world,
right?
But understanding what to do with your investments, understanding how to invest, understanding what that looks like, understanding how to market, how to grow, how to build a company. Like these are all things and some of the tools we've put together, to empower America. And I think that's important is like really thinking about your life, because whether you're a doctor, a garbage man, a physician's assistant, a financial advisor, an attorney, it doesn't matter what you are, you're making money for your job. And your goal is to grow what you have so someday you can retire from your job, right? And live your life.
Right.
Well, the only way that happens is to learn better about how to make that money work better for you.
Yeah. A lot of people think your money in a bank account up underneath that mattress is safe. No, what's that quote you always say?
Yeah, losing money safely.
Right. You got to learn how to invest. Because you're
going backwards.
Right, you're going backwards.
Inflation is what it is, and your money's staying flat.
Yeah.
That's so important.
Right there.
Yeah, he's got to get it out.
Got some white stuff on your mouth.
So listen, guys, it's all about making sure that regardless of the economy shift and move, as illegal immigration is happening in this country, it's a real thing. We're not in any way talking down to the people, but we are talking about the process.
Yeah.
We believe the process needs to be legitimate and honest, and so it's fair for everybody.
If you're competing with illegal immigrants for work, it's something you're doing wrong. Yeah. Right. You need to work on you.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah. Right.
That way you can grow and become greater, so that way you're more marketable and all that stuff. Listen, as always, our goal is to empower you. We can't do it for you. It's like leading the horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
Right.
Guys, we can say, here's some ideas, here's some actionable steps to take. Go online, get some of the courses, and invest in you. Yeah, it's not free. Why? Anything that's free is typically not that great. But invest in you and make sure that you're putting yourself in a place where you can grow and compound and expound your knowledge and be more valuable as you're empowered.
Yeah.
Boys?
You're absolutely correct. Invest in you.
Yeah. Stay.
That money's going to pay 1,000 times more.
Yeah.
It's going to pay dividends.
Dividends. And it's going to be bizarre. Or bizarre. Stay empowered until next show. Peace out.
Yeah.